These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
W bait something out.
Yeah, you saw that hook almost hit him. He still didn't skill anything. So just ice cold from this man. And now we got a TP coming in. Already 3 plates going the way, but now we got a dive here. Lahen's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to flash into the turret, but the damage is there. Down he goes. First blood given over to Viper. As Gen.G, they say, well, sorry, Lahen's, you're kind of the sacrifice here. They just get a nice little objective in this game.
And one of the things Gen.G have done in the past really well is get early advantage through lane swaps and then turn that into very early objective leads, because they are the ones first to the objective. And it's actually flipped on its head now, whereas Hanwha Life with a very aggressive early game.
But Hanwha Life esports, they have a different way to deal with the Ezreal, and that's to send 4 people bot. And we'll see if it works out. And they're just going to deal with the Lahen's once again. Nice hook into the turret, though, as Peanut does get low, but it does not matter. Pei's going to kill, actually, Delight, and now Toby's here. And this dive is going absolutely wrong for the side of Hanwha Life esports. They get that initial kill, but it was just a bait for the carries to get fed. And this is the issue when you're facing against Gen.G. It's like, yeah, you banned out their main stuff that they play on this patch, but they're always going to have 2 carries. As Lahen's in a bit of trouble here, doesn't have to flash. Keen getting pretty low. Under the turret, just going to smack it down. Gets the 1v1. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Canyon and Lahen's getting bullied away.
Go as hard as you can. Try, and because this is where Gen.G have seemed the weakest, try and get as much out of this early game. We saw a backfire in the previous play, but Doran going super aggressive, even though he's sitting on a call. Chovy doesn't have sums. All here as Hanwha Life take the grubs, denying the 6 grubs to Gen.G as well. Chovy, yeah, I don't know how much will they sit in on, but he hasn't backs, if I remember correctly, since the double kill. So it's going to be a lot of gold, but now Hanwha Life.
Mountain Soul.
Oh, that is going to be big here on either side. But I think particularly for Gen.G, it's both really good for you because you have such a heavy front line, but also you're running a double carry composition as opposed to a triple carry. So you are actually going to possibly struggle with doing enough consistent damage. If you see that as easily, it's not going to get swept out than when you just put it over the wall of the river. But it still is going to give you a pretty good estimation and allows you to fish for these hooks. And that flash force is going to be enough to get the Herald here for Gen.G. So Canyon, even Canyon sometimes fails to pick up an eye first try.
Very valuable in this game for both teams. So you would imagine they'd fight over it, but at the moment it's just kind of Peanut hanging around. So no TP from Doran yet. I would assume he goes for it, but the Maokai ultimate zones him away, and it goes to Blitzcrank of all people. Peanut's in there alone, and now we got TPs, but the bullet time is huge. But look at this one, pulls Doran into the team, allows him to get a kill and get out. So Keen still not enjoying that matchup.
And we're also going to slowly get to the point where Zeka is going to be a really big deal. Catch him, Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut's kind of just in the middle of nowhere. They have so much CC, and they pull him into the Ezreal. He flashes, and he gets all outed out of the dash. Meanwhile, we got a Rift Herald in mid. As we're going to do a bit of damage here to this turret. Doesn't look like Gen.G are going to stay. Little note, it was kind of fun to, well, I'm not going to be able to talk about any little notes, as we got a big Doran in the side lane. They're trying to get on top of him, but he's Jax as the turret, the TP, it gets denied.
Oh?
Or actually, never mind. Zeka does get in there, and now they're trying to turn this one around, and it is going to be big for Hanwha. They get the 1 kill. Keen's on the run, and we got 4 members of Gen.G here trying to take this fight and trying to get out. Peanut looking for the engage, but he's so low. It's now Delight going to flash in. He gets that reliable Nautilus engage, and there's more going the way of Hanwha Life esports. A lot of low health bars, though. Gen.G trying to turn this one around. So nobody else there for Gen.G. Looks nice, but 1 hook isn't enough. And Lens is looking again, as seems like they might want to give this one over to Hanwha. A bit of burst damage comes in. The hook is not going to hit Peanut. And Hanwha Life esports, to get the Drake, they get out. And they should be very happy about their current spot in this game.
Really are. Don't know what the smaller stacks are at, as we are sieging mid.
Might be able to get this one, but Mom comes down and denies it. And the knockback not going to happen, but now the counter engage comes out, and the bullet time is huge. Look at that damage on the Canyon, as in goes Zeka, assassinates Canyon. And that's 2 more kills and maybe a Baron to Hanwha Life. I mean, that mid-fight, once again, Gen.G are doing things that have worked against many a team, including Hanwha Life esports themselves in the regular season, but huge. Peanut getting very low. This Pace really wanted to punish that one. Not going to happen. Keen, again, doesn't really exist. Doran just kind of making this top matchup look extremely one-sided. And now even Pace can't really stand under this turret. So finally, Hanwha Life esports are going to pick up some structures from this Red Bull Baron power play. They get the bot inner, they get the mid. You essentially don't exist, right, as Blitzcrank. So I do wonder what Gen.G are going to do about this. They saw Lahen's backing. So it really just comes down to, can they go steal? They're not even going to try. It's another Mountain Drake over to Hanwha Life. Did I curse him? That is the only question I have. Doran in a lot of trouble. There are 4 members of Gen.G in the bottom lane trying to predict the flash here. Doran, though, cannot flash the twisted advance, and it's a shutdown and a ton of gold to Chovy.
Definitely the right choice when it was pretty obvious that he was dead. As Hanwha Life immediately counterpunch, get the mid lane inner. So not even going to be that bad of a trade for them. Just a crumb of Baron vision.
I think they're doing a pretty good job for now, but Peanut thinks he's okay. The hook comes in onto the 2 tanky members, and Lahen's is just dead. Delight, he survives, he gets the ult off, and now Peanut is getting pretty low, and Chovy trying to frontline. It's not going to work out. He gets immediately burned down, incinerated by the smolder, and now Pays, he's on the run. He cannot deal with this Jax.
Number 1 here, Valdez. Barring a miracle, Kenyon doesn't even have his flash. I don't think there's any way that he's going to be able to get in the pit.
Unless they let him. But yeah, the light's going to come in. That's a kill onto Doran. But it's just 1 kill. The Red Bull Baron power play here for the side of Hanwha Life esports going to be much better. Behind, but we can still win this. But that has been proven wrong many a time in this game. And let's see, an ult comes in on the cannon. He's a Maokai, but it doesn't matter. They just have way too much damage. And the Maokai ultimate does come out, but they're not going to have any follow-up after that, and they don't deny the kill on the cannon either.
Also, wouldn't mind a smaller ban if in the next game, because that pick, look, the front line, yes, they were already behind, but you're playing it at full AD, and it just doesn't matter, and Hanwha Life about to end it here.
Yeah, they're trying to do exactly that. Doran able to frontline at this point. He is just so tanky and so far ahead, as they're going to take out the 1 Nexus turret. Lahen's is trying to be his sneakiest self.
They can just give this up.
Yeah, true.
They would want to.
But Hanwha Life esports, they say, no, we're very far ahead. We can chip damage with the smolder. Doran's got a fantastic angle, and the Sedge ultimate doesn't do much, but now it's just a flip. Chovy is in the pit. It does go the way of Hanwha Life esports, though. They get the soul. Pays in a lot of trouble. Down will go Maokai. Down will go Lahen's. And the wallets are just too heavy, as there's the execution. 4 kills for Hanwha Life alongside of that Mountain Soul. And they're going to be looking to put the cap on this game number 1.
Clearly working out, and the form that we already saw against T1 is continued.
That it is, game number 1, easily into the hands of Hanwha Life esports. Their opponents, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6 score lines.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.